What if I told you the most skipped chapter in the entire New Testament contains a hidden code, 4 scandalous women, and the most audacious opening sentence ever written? Stay with me. This is going to change how you read your Bible. Welcome to ChristOneClickAway. I'm your host, and today we're cracking open Matthew chapter 1, the genealogy. Yeah, the list of names. The part you skipped to get to the Christmas story. But here's the thing nobody told you. Matthew was a genius, and he front-loaded his entire gospel with secrets most readers miss completely. By the end of this episode, you'll see why this quote-unquote boring chapter is actually a theological explosion disguised as a family tree. Let's get into it.
Here's verse 1. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
Sounds simple, right? Just an introduction. Wrong. Matthew wrote in Greek, but he was deeply Jewish, and his Jewish readers would have immediately caught something modern readers miss. The phrase, book of the genealogy, in Greek, biblos geneseos, appears in only 2 other places in the Greek Old Testament. Genesis 2 verse 4, describing the creation of the heavens and earth, and Genesis 5 verse 1, describing the generations of Adam. Matthew is using Genesis language on purpose. He's not just introducing Jesus, he's announcing a new Genesis, a new creation, a cosmic reset. One sentence in, and Matthew is claiming that Jesus is as significant as the creation of the universe itself. But he's not done. Look at how Matthew introduces Jesus, son of David, son of Abraham. Notice the order. David comes first, even though Abraham lived 1,000 years earlier. Why? Because Matthew is grabbing his Jewish audience by the heart. For 500 years, there hadn't been a legitimate king on David's throne. The Jews were oppressed, occupied, waiting. And every Jewish child knew the prophecies, that one day, a descendant of David would rise and reign forever. By leading with Son of David, Matthew is making a royal announcement. Your king is here. The wait is over. But then he adds Son of Abraham. And that changes everything. Because God's promise to Abraham wasn't just about Israel. It was about the whole world. In you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. So Matthew is doing 2 things simultaneously. 1, he's telling the Jews, this is your promised king. 2, he's hinting, this king's reign will extend to every nation on earth. 1 verse, global implications. Now let's talk about the structure, because this is where it gets wild. Matthew organizes his genealogy into 3 sections of 14 generations each. Abraham to David, 14. David to the Babylonian exile, 14. The exile to Jesus, 14. That's very deliberate. But why 14? Here's the secret. In Hebrew, letters have numerical values. It's called gematria. And when you add up the letters in David's name, Dalet, Vav, Dalet, you get 4 plus 6 plus 4, 14. Matthew literally encoded David's name into the structure of the genealogy. 3 sets of 14 is like saying, David, David, David. The entire family tree is mathematically screaming, the son of David is here. But there's another layer. These 3 sections tell Israel's entire story. Section 1, the rise. From a wandering nomad named Abraham to the golden age of King David. Section 2, the fall. From Solomon's glory to national disaster. Sin, idolatry, and exile to Babylon. Section 3, the redemption. Through centuries of silence and waiting, God was still working. Until the Messiah finally arrives. Rise, fall, redemption. That's not just Israel's story. That's the story of humanity. And Matthew is saying Jesus is the climax of all of it. Now here's something that would have made Matthew's original readers stop and reread. Jewish genealogies almost never mentioned women. Lineage was traced through fathers, period. But Matthew includes 4 women by name: Tamar, Rahab, Ruth, and Bathsheba. And here's what they all have in common: scandal. Tamar disguised herself as a prostitute to secure her legal rights from her father-in-law. Complicated? Absolutely. Rahab was a prostitute, a Canaanite one, who helped Israelite spies and ended up in the Messiah's bloodline. Ruth was a Moabite, a foreigner from a nation Israel despised. Yet she becomes King David's great-grandmother. And Bathsheba? Matthew doesn't even use her name. He calls her the wife of Uriah, reminding readers of David's adultery and murder. So why include them? Because Matthew is making a point. God's plan has always worked through the unexpected, the outsider, the scandalous, the disqualified. The Messiah's family tree isn't a pristine pedigree. It's messy. It's complicated. It's full of people who shouldn't be there. And that's not an accident. That's the point.
Here's why this matters for what comes next. Matthew has just shown us that God works through Tamar's deception, Rahab's past, Ruth's foreignness, and Bathsheba's tragedy. He's priming his readers to accept something even more outrageous.
Because in the very next verses, we're going to meet another woman with an impossible story. A young girl, engaged but not married, who turns up pregnant. In that culture, that looked like the ultimate scandal. That looked like shame, disgrace, and disqualification. But Matthew has spent 17 verses saying, don't be surprised. This is how God has always worked. He uses the broken. He redeems the messy. He writes straight with crooked lines. So, let's bring it together. Matthew 1 verse 1 to 17. 17 verses most people skip, but look what we found. A declaration that Jesus is a new Genesis, a new creation for humanity. A royal announcement. The Son of David, the promised King, has arrived. A covenant fulfillment. Through Abraham's line, all nations will be blessed. A hidden code. David's name embedded in the very math of the genealogy. And 4 scandalous women, proving that God's grace reaches the unexpected, the outcast, and the broken. This isn't just a genealogy. It's a thesis statement for everything Matthew is about to tell us. Next episode, we're diving into verses 18 through 21. And here's what you need to know. A man named Joseph is about to face the worst moment of his life. The woman he loves appears to have betrayed him. He has every legal right to destroy her. But what he does next will determine whether or not the Messiah has a place in this world. It's called The Man Who Stayed. And it might be the most underrated story in the Bible. That's next time on Christ One Click Away. Until then, stay curious, keep digging, and remember, Christ is just one click away. Peace.